my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, good morning and welcome to another amazing Wednesday in the kitchen, which means it must be the Culinary Hotline Bling! Woo! Yeah. Wow. Okay, there are only 3 Culinary Hotline Blings left, so please make it proper, make it loud. It's a Culinary Hotline Bling! That's better. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Now, on Sunday, the 19th of November, 2 Sundays ago, was one of the most spectacular days in the South African culinary cuisine calendar. We saw the Eat Out Woolworths Restaurant Awards happen, and we saw some phenomenal chefs taking home some phenomenal prizes. Today in the kitchen, I have 3 of those chefs with me who are going to be creating what promises to be 5-star award-winning dishes. And my very first chef in the kitchen is Chef Sebastian Stir, executive chef of Beyond Restaurant. We almost got it wrong there, Beyond Restaurant. Can we please give Chef Sebastian a hand? Chef, can you tell the people out there, let's go to this camera right in the middle here. How many stars did you take home this year?
Beyond took home 2 stars this year.
My goodness, that is absolutely amazing. So exciting. Got you in the kitchen this morning. We're so happy to have you here. You're making something that's very special. I know exactly what this is, but can you just tell us the name of your dish that you're making this morning?
Okay, so what we're making today is Allekrekel sampa beans with periwinkles. It is made in a style of a risotto, essentially, and then we're using some foraged herbs to finish it. For instance, our June parsley found in Muizenberg in the dunes there. We're making a pesto, and that's going to finish the dish with a nice kind of garlic parsley sauce.
Tell me something, are you good at multitasking? You have to be.
Yeah, I can multitask.
So we're going to cook and we're going to talk at the same time because I've got a lot to ask you. So let's get started.
All right.
So first things first is, where did you get your Allekrekel from? Honestly, these are beautiful.
Okay, so the Allekrekel are from Stilbaai, and then our periwinkles are from Scarborough, from Misty Cliffs.
For any South African out there that has never seen this before, describe it, like how, flavors, textures, what it is, where you find it.
Okay, so it is a giant sea snail, essentially. It has quite a large white muscle underneath. It's got a little trap door, so this inside here, this is the little periwinkle shells.
So usually when you find them,
so when you find
don't
them,
drop it, but they're usually sitting like that. When you see
them. Actually, it's a bit more open, and as soon as you try and take it, it closes the trap door to obviously protect itself from predators.
And I find it's weird. It's the ingredients that make it hardest to actually get to that I feel taste better. They make you work for it.
Oh, yeah, you got to dive about 2 meters underwater to find these guys. And you got to hold your breath.
That sounds like some Raoul de Mornay stuff out there. Let's start putting this dish together. Okay, so sampa beans, Allekrekel coming together. Not a combination you usually put together. But the flavors, textures, it's so soft and so delicate.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to perlemoen, I'd say. It's got that kind of really nice succulent kind of flavor. You got to cook it and steam it for a bit longer to get it nice and soft. So what we've done here is we've actually steamed it with a local Pilsner beer to get a bit more kind of floral, aromatic flavors into the dish. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the stock that we used to actually steam the dish in, and I'm going to use that to reheat our sampa beans. So the sampa beans have been soaked overnight, and then they have been gently simmered until they have become quite tender, because as we know, beans can be quite hard.
Absolutely.
So I'm just heating up the stock a little bit before I add it in. Just make sure this goes on.
Tell me about the inspiration behind the menu that you have at Beyond.
Okay.
How often does it change, and what menu can guests currently experience when they visit?
Okay, well, let me talk about this dish particularly. This is from a menu that we're currently running called the Origins of Flavor. So the Origins of Flavor, it aims to promote ingredients that are indigenous to our coastline. So ingredients that were found, well, discovered about 150,000 years from our ancestors. These include flora and fauna, also sea and ocean plants, and also sea creatures found in our rock pools, and obviously in our oceans as well.
So is that you literally, gumboots on, sometimes not, on the rocks, in the water, foraging, getting things together, tasting everything that you find?
It's more like wetsuit, snorkel, goggles on, and getting in there and diving for creatures like this.
Are you looking for, when you're doing that, are you looking for new ingredients, or are you trying to find ingredients that, like, from your history and your
So
relationship with
basically, it is ingredients that we've been educated about. We've been working close with a scientist and Professor Jan van Veen.
Wait. You literally brought a scientist and a professor on board.
Yes. So he says in Stillby, and he's come and he's collaborated with us and educated us about all of these ingredients and also the benefits that they've had. So, for instance, the periwinkles and the alacreco, they all are high and rich in omega-3s and omega-6s and fatty acids, and that is said to help us develop our cognitive functions. So, for instance, basically, it is to help us to develop our brain.
Oh, wow, it's so amazing. Okay, Chef, we're going to have to plate this up really quickly.
Okay, cool. So,
let's get this one together. It's so amazing that you've gone to that length to put a menu together, and I feel like that's what's changed in restaurants in South Africa so much. It's not just putting a menu together for the sake of serving food. The dishes and the inspiration behind the whole entire menu, it's a translation. It's kind of like, it's your story, it's a restaurant story, and it gets told through the menu, which I think is so amazing. It's storytelling, proper storytelling through food, which I absolutely am amazed by. And that's what the judges were looking for this year as well, that storytelling. So they clearly must have loved your story to give you 2 stars.
yes, I think it truly did have quite a strong impact. So the menu itself, the Origins of Flavor, is a 10-course meal, which we try and feature as many of these forage ingredients as possible. So it can go all the way from our ocean ingredients to our seaweeds, also to our game as well. Yeah, so this is something that we're pushing at the moment, and we encourage people to actually book for it when the dates do come live.
When they do come alive, because Chef just told me festive season's looking booked already, and that's amazing.
Yeah, the wine farm is pretty heaving at the moment. And also, our restaurant itself also has very minimal space for the season. So I do advise people to get onto Dine Plan.
Yeah, and get onto that waiting list as well. That you've got to try the food. Absolutely. Oh, it's looking so good. Are we looking?
Okay.
Are we almost there, Chef?
We are nearly there. I'm just waiting for this temperature to come up.
Okay.
It takes a little bit longer than
So
our...
that's fine, but let's talk about how you would, while we're busy waiting for this, let's talk about how we would actually construct this dish.
Okay, so basically, we have our shell, which is empty now. We're going to put at the bottom of it a little bit of our white bean puree, and that kind of stops all the risotto going deep inside the shell. We want our guests to be able to eat it quite easily without things getting stuck at the bottom.
I'm gonna make your life a little difficult. I just want to kind of turn it to camera so they can see what's happening inside there. It's
okay,
beautiful.
cool. So I'm just waiting for this risotto to thicken up a little bit. Sorry, it's taking a little bit longer than expected.
No, it's all good. It's my fault for keeping you talking.
No, it's all good, Clem. So yeah, like I said, we're going to finish this ambience like a risotto. The beer stock is inside there. What I've put inside is a little bit of the sautéed à la crique with some lemon zest and some garlic and some onions. And then I've got some creme fraiche, a little touch of amasi there, just for a little bit more acidity in it. And then inside this bottle here, I have the June parsley pesto, which is this ingredient here, which we've blanched and then refreshed it, put it inside a blender, added some olive oil, some lemon, a little bit more of some sautéed onions, and blended it up to a nice rich pesto.
Amazing. Now, South Africa, I'm going to let you see the final plated version. Chef, I'm going to let you do your thing. Don't go anywhere. When we'll be coming back, you'll be checking out this amazing dish, plus seeing our next chef joining us on the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting!
Dang!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And we are back in the kitchen for another installment of the Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Ting, ting, ting.
What is wrong with all of you? What? It's the Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Ting, ting, ting.
On their behalf, I'd like to say I'm so sorry. I have no idea what's going on with the people today. But anyway, here's a reason to get excited. Siba's in the kitchen! Now. They're not getting anything. They're not getting anything. Let me please introduce this amazing human being. Chef.
Yes.
Entrepreneur.
Yebo.
Book author. TV presenter.
Yes.
Amazing human.
Yes.
And now, Eat Out Woolworths award-winning chef, trailblazing chef. Can we please give a hand for Siba?
Thank you. Don't forget a mother of 4. Very important.
We should have started off. We should have started off. And mother of 4.
Yay!
Honestly, my career, literally, I remember being like a tiny little tot never student.
Yes.
And working with you back in the day.
Back in the day.
And it's just so amazing. You and I, we stay connected throughout the years. It's been beautiful seeing your family grow. I was on stage when they announced that award.
Yes.
I was so emotional, and I knew to get the award, but still, it got me. I was so emotional.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing people doing amazing things. Okay, we're not here to talk. We're actually here to cook.
To cook, yes.
So let's talk and cook at the same time. What are we making today?
We're making mfino fritter, and mfino fritter is something I used to do in my mother's garden when I was very young. It's something I've now incorporated in my canapes in my restaurant. It's a welcoming starter, and I'll show you how we serve it.
Oh, yes.
And very simple, but very hot, warming, and yummy. Yeah, so I already have an onion and garlic and a little bit of spring onions going.
It smells really good. It smells amazing.
You could add a little butter in this.
You could?
You could, but it's optional.
Should.
You could, you should.
You should.
You must.
Tell me about the restaurant that is perfectly named Siba. All right?
Yes.
You've got 4 kids.
Yes.
Is Siba the 5th child?
It is Siba, yes. And yeah, it's Siba baby number 5 because, you know, I feel like my first restaurant are twins because it's so demanding.
Okay.
And then now we have the Siba Deli, which has been launched, what, 10 days ago?
Literally 10 days ago.
10 days ago.
So you know that award trailblazer?
Yeah.
Yes. So talk to me about the philosophy of the restaurant and then also now the philosophy of the deli and the difference between the two.
The restaurant came in 2020. I really wanted to. 2020 was a year where I had earmarked that I'm going to have a restaurant. However, we all knew what happened that year. But I thought, let me find, you know, a silver lining in the sky. Perhaps there might be an opportunity for me to do this in a smaller scale. And what made sense, actually inverted our plans. We were always going to have a fine dining restaurant, but we started with it instead of ending with it.
Okay.
Because it just made perfect sense for the time. People needed an escape, including me, where they can go and have beautiful food. I call it, it's like a space where you come and you're beautifully treated. It's like you're pampered, you're loved. Service is amazing, the wine is amazing, the food is amazing, and you're treated by Mr. Belicious and the team. Yeah. You know, as the deli is like an everyday eatery, but we treat it very similar with regards to the food being gourmet and almost fine dining, but casual, like every day.
And there's always an accent of African and South African in there. Yes. And I feel like that message has like, it's traveled across South Africa because if you want to go celebrity spotting.
Yes.
Check out Siba's restaurant. You've got some amazing international people that have been visiting your restaurant.
A lot,
okay,
actually.
Not scripted, but can you name a few of them?
So, oh my gosh, we had, I can't tell you this one.
Is it VIP?
It's like VVVIP, but someone very big from the US. We had Tasha Cobbs coming, we had Anthony Anderson from Blackish coming. We had all the local celebrities coming.
All of them?
Yeah, it's really been amazing.
Here's my question, right? What is it about you and politicians that love you? What is it about politicians that love you?
You know, I think people they love the concept, and therefore they then come. I know where you want to get to.
No, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just saying it's absolutely amazing. We've managed to. Your food has brought these people just togetherness, and I love it. And the politicians as well. Amazing. And I feel like I love the fact that politicians are going there because my grandfather had a saying and he said all the world's problems can be solved around a dinner table.
I agree.
So we're plotting, we're bringing all the world leaders around Siba's table and we're going to solve world peace. World peace. Okay, back to the dish. Look at me talking about everything. What are you adding to the dish now?
So I'm making fino. Fino is a tradition. It's like almost moroch cooked with onions. And the difference is that I now add some maize meal to it. And this is a staple in the Eastern Cape that we ate almost every day. And my mom used to make it for us. Really, really, really lovely. So the maize meal, or you can use polenta. I've used polenta. It gives a beautiful yellow color, which makes this even more vibrant. what this does, the maize milk basically just brings it together. And for something slightly more different than how we grew up eating this, is adding a little bit of thyme to it.
Oh, nice. Just a little bit of herbaceous notes coming through there.
Yeah.
Talking about being a trailblazer, sorry to cut you
No
off.
problem.
I feel like in life, the limits we have are the limits we set ourselves.
Yes.
Okay? You seem to have zero limits. What's the recipe to that?
It's I love it. I have zero limits. It's belief in oneself, which I think for me was instilled by my parents from a very young age, that anything is possible, you can be anything you want. Anything that's positive, that we used to say, not just anything.
Absolutely.
Anything that's positive, you can become that, and we should always strive for that. And one of the things my father used to told me when I was young is that for about 5 years of your life, you must work for someone in order for you to gain experience and all of that.
Okay.
But after the 5 years, it is, you know, you have to begin to the movement of having to work for yourself, whether it is freelancing, whether it is whatever it may be that you're doing. But you must begin to acquire for your own rather than always working for someone, which was really great. And I took that and I made it my mantra. And I really believe in being able to have the free creative freedom to create what I want when I want it. Like I can wake up today at night and say, guys, let's do this. And there's no hindrance in, maybe it's not time, maybe it's not this, because I'm naturally entrepreneurial. So I do need that to exercise that side of me quite well.
Just taking all this energy.
Get it. You're already there.
There we
already
go.
there.
So, okay, so we busy with them for, you know. I've also seen we got some beautiful salmon here.
Yes, so now this will cook for about 10 minutes. You just cover it for it to cook for about 10 minutes. And once it's cooked, I then make it into mini balls.
Yes.
Actually, you can make the soy mayo for me.
Talk to me.
So some mayonnaise, some little bit of zest.
A little bit of zest.
And a little bit of soy sauce. And you mix that together.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Nice, nice.
You just mix that together. And that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, so you've got 3 elements. You've got the fino, which is cooking. You've got the salmon. You can use a cold smoked salmon as well, the ribbons, and then the mayonnaise. But I want to show you how we serve it
I was
in
going to
the
say, please come
restaurant.
through very quickly and show me how it's all presented, because this looks so beautiful.
Yeah, so this is how we present it. This is called Tata's Garden, which is where I started. And my team would usually pour in some water to it in order to activate the garden, because we say when you water the garden or water anything that you do, magic begins to happen. And that's what we're doing here.
It's not about food, it's about life, isn't it?
It is about life.
And we just happen to have a good meal while we're learning about life.
Yes.
See, but that's so beautiful.
Yes.
That is, so, and can I taste? Are we allowed to taste?
Of course, of course.
You pick whichever one.
I'm gonna pick the one I made, because we serve it with a beetroot terrine, with a biltong, a wagyu biltong, but I'm gonna pick the one I made.
There we go. In South Africa, I'm gonna have the taste. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Culinary Hotline. Siba, you've been absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
It's your 2024 Trailblazer, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Siba. We'll be back with more Culinary Hotline Bling!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And we are back in the kitchen with the third and final installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! My final guest chef is Chef Motebo Maketa. Can I just say, can I say your title, what you won this year? It is Eat Out Woolworths Cocoa Berry Dessert Queen of the Year! Okay, at the awards, when she found out that she won, okay, I wish we had footage of it because you were speechless.
Yeah.
The more I was trying to tell you, you're going to France, you're going to France. You were like, no, I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm not.
I did not believe.
You are going to France.
I still don't believe.
And it's such an amazing, honestly, it is, I feel the excitement for you. Not only are you going to France and experiencing the amazing culinary world that is there, you're taking our South African food there and representing. I've got goosebumps. I've got goosebumps. It is so amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
You also cooked for 800 people a few Sundays ago. How did that feel?
That was insane. Like, that was the best thing ever. Like, in my mind, I was like, I've already won, whatever. Like, I'm just here. So when everyone was calling me, I was like, why are you guys trying to kill me?
What a mission. I mean, first time that Eat Out ever had a full female brigade leading, cooking the food for the 800+ people.
Yes.
And they ended it off on an amazing note with one of your desserts. Absolutely amazing. This morning, you're making another one of those amazing desserts. What are you making for us this morning?
Okay, so this morning it's a matcha panna cotta. Nothing too complicated, but I feel like it's so good and it's so delicious. Really simple to prepare, but like really has a big punch of flavor.
So, to what you were saying earlier, is it easy, isn't it easy? This is a recipe our viewers at home should try.
It is. It's super easy.
Take me through it. Let's go. So, where do we start?
Okay, so what we're first going to do is that we're going to take our cream and we're going to heat that up. But you don't want it to boil. You just want to heat it up.
I'm going to swap sides with you.
Okay, no worries. So
And
just take your
I don't want to fast forward, but this is how beautiful it looks when it comes out. It is absolutely amazing. What I love about panna cotta is not a lot of ingredients are needed to put it all together. So you've got cream, you're going with some sugar now, and it's the gelatine that brings it all together. And I see you've already bloomed this.
Yes.
And all it is the dry gelatine powder with a little bit of cold water. And once it becomes foamy and spongy, that's when you're good to go.
Exactly. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add my salt as well and the vanilla. So just vanilla paste is always good. Just add that. It's like a nice, it just brings everything together. Okay, and you don't want to waste this, so just take a bit of
We don't waste. We don't waste. So you are head pastry chef at Jordan Restaurant by Martinez Ferreira. Martinez Ferreira, love that man. How much of your influence, of your bringing up, in your food experiences, do you get to put on that menu and get to play around the flavors? How much of Mateba is in the dessert section?
Well, the lovely thing is, like, with Chef, it's like you bring him whatever. He says, listen, I'm in the mood for, there's lots of strawberries. And I'll be like, okay, cool. Make him a dessert. He tastes it. He maybe changes this, changes that. If he's happy with it, it goes on the menu. So you have a lot of freedom with that, which I really appreciate. But also a lot of guidance, you know, because there's certain things, obviously, I will miss or I won't think about that other people can also think about. So that's what I love about it. Our whole team is so, like, we're so big on sharing and, like, giving ideas and all that and critiquing everything. So I'm really thankful for that.
And again, he is an amazing, amazing chef, an amazing leader as well. Talk to me about your food philosophy. If you had to summarize yours, I know it's very difficult because even people ask me that, I get like, huh? But if you had to like somehow summarize your philosophy around food.
Food should always have like a little pinch of love. Like that's my biggest philosophy. Always put a little bit of love, a little bit of yourself in it. Don't just, you know, throw something together. I always try to give everything my all. And if it's not perfect, don't send it.
Yeah.
Because that's just my philosophy on food. But it shouldn't be just something that you don't think about. I always think about everything, think about how people are going to enjoy the experience, and just try and make it like fun and enjoyable for everyone.
I love that. I'm going to ask you all the hard questions today while you're cooking. But first, let's catch up with the recipe. So, gelatine's going in now. And again, you said don't bring it to a boil, just heat it through.
You just want to dissolve the sugar because you don't necessarily need to boil everything. So just going to add the milk. And then can I get
Do you need a silicone spatula?
Yes, please.
I got that. I got that. Okay, cool. So while I'm busy getting you a silicone spatula, talking about equipment that I'm getting, can you talk to me about what's on your apron? I feel like every chef nowadays has to rock the tweezer. Talk to me about it.
The tweezer, the infamous tweezer. It just helps. It's like an extension. It's an extra finger.
It's for those finer. It's for those finer details to go and drop it.
Yeah, you look cooler doing it.
You do look cooler doing it. I love it.
It's more a fashion statement than anything. You know, chefs also need to have, like, fashion. This is our fashion.
It's your fashion. Okay, we'll get a demonstration of Chef Mo using the fancy tweezers in a second. Okay, second difficult question. For the young females specifically out there that want to get into the chefing industry, because for a very long time, the chefing industry was male-dominated, and we're seeing this, like, power, like, surge of females just taking over the industry. What advice do you have for the grade 11s, for the matrics, or even people that have left high school that are, like, now falling in love with food? What advice do you have for them wanting to get into the food industry?
There's nothing wrong with wanting to get into the food industry. If anything, you deserve to be in the food industry. And I don't know. I think there's this narrative that, like, women can be so difficult. And that's not the case. You want something so badly, so you're going to be passionate about it. So I think as long as you have your passion and you're so focused and driven, no one can tell you anything, in my opinion. Like, it's honestly, the sky's the limit. No one's going to tell you you can't do it. And if people tell you you can't, just prove them wrong. Just prove everyone wrong.
That's the best thing.
Just prove everyone.
Them wrong. I love it. Okay. Gelatine's gone in, matcha is going in.
So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of our mixture. I'm going to turn this down a bit. Just take a little bit of the hot mixture and pour it in here.
Is that the general, like, how we would work with matcha first? We'd kind of like...
I just don't want any lumps.
Oh.
So I would rather just sort of dissolve it in here first so that it's easier when it dissolves in the mixture. I just don't want lumps. It will still dissolve, but to me, I don't know.
Perfection.
I try.
That's the thing about pastry chefs, right? I feel like they are perfectionists.
See, I wasn't always... Like, if you see my cupboard at home, I'm definitely not a perfectionist. But...
Next week, tune in as we go behind the scenes to see what's truly happening in Chef Mo's closet. No, you won't do that.
Don't do that, because, yeah. But this is the only place where I always feel in control, and I love feeling in control. So if you can control everything, that's what I feel like with pastry. People don't like to think about that, but you can control how everything starts and ends. You just need to be focused about it. But from start to end, you can control how much you're putting, how less you're putting, and the final result will always be perfect as long as you are in control of everything.
It's a science.
So, yeah,
it's a discipline, yeah.
It is. It is a form of a science. You can't... A teaspoon isn't just like... Oh, that looks... Just put the correct teaspoon. I'm telling you, everything will be perfect.
Everything.
Yes.
Looking at the vibrant colour of the matcha, was it maybe intentional that it matches the colour of the Jordan apron?
I have to represent.
Yes, you have to represent. Talking about Jordan Restaurant, talk me through very briefly, again, difficult question, a day in the life of Chef Mo. In the restaurant, what time do you wake up? What happens? How do you end your day? But we got to do the whole thing in like 30 seconds.
Okay.
And go.
First, I wake up, have a cup of coffee because it's mandatory. I get to work, already people are complaining and they're coming to me with their problems. coming to me with their problems. I'm somehow now a therapist. I need a raise, please. And we start cooking, we start making sure everything's perfect, and service is always amazing. It's always a rush, and it's always thrilling. And then I go home, and then people are still complaining, and I still don't care. But that's honestly my day.
I thought we were going to go, yeah, South Africa. We went, yeah. But I love it. I absolutely love it.
That's something people don't talk about, is chefs complain a lot. But we love complaining. I think if you don't complain as a chef, then...
You're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right. Just complain. I complain. I'm the queen of complaining. But it gets the job done.
It's the ownership for me. It's the ownership, and it's like, I am proud that I'm the complainer. But it is a quite intense environment. Yes. It's a small kitchen. It's people that are very passionate about what's happening. The temperature, the physical temperature is high, except for you maybe in the pastry kitchen. But you're confined in a space with a lot of passionate people. Things happen. Yeah. Things happen.
But it's just like outside. Like, you know, sometimes there's so many outside factors that, like, people don't think about. But it's all about the end product.
The end product.
It doesn't matter what happens in the background. It's just about the end product.
Talking about the end product, I've been talking way too much. So you've got all the elements.
Yes.
You've got that mixture. What happens is your mixture goes into a silicone mold and sits in the fridge.
In the fridge.
In the fridge. And you take it out and it looks like this. And I don't want to be near because I want to see the magic happen right now. Chef Mo, will you go ahead and plate it up for us?
Okay, so this is the panna cotta, so you can always dress it up in whichever way you want. So I love like yogurt and matcha, so this is a yogurt mousse. If not, I think whipped cream also works perfectly.
Can you describe matcha to our viewers out there that maybe have never had it before?
Funny enough, I just had this conversation. So with matcha, if you like green tea and like chai tea, I feel like you'll thoroughly enjoy matcha. For me, it took me a while to, like, enjoy it. But I think once I started putting it in desserts, that's when I was like, oh, OK. So I'm just having fun with this. This doesn't have to be perfect, just squiggles everywhere. So if you really enjoy
There we go, the tweezers. Ah, the tweezers are out. OK. Cameraman Pete's going to go super fine, close up. He wants to see the action of the tweezers.
So here I have a matcha blondie. So a blondie is just essentially a brownie just with white chocolate. And I just want more of that matcha flavor. So just putting little squares of that. And there's some white chocolate chunks in there. And then I'm going to go in with strawberry gel. Because matcha and strawberry and yogurt just go so well together. just a little bit.
Oh, that looks so beautiful. It looks so beautiful.
It's like nice for summer as well because it's not too heavy and it's like, again, it's not complicated. And then here I just have little coconut biscuits. So you can even add like tennis biscuits, I feel like also would work so well.
And you'll be faking fooling everyone thinking it's peppermint tart. Vibe, it's matcha panna cotta. I do love it, it's beautiful.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna put 3 of those and then just fresh strawberries because, I mean, they are in season. So why not?
They are, absolutely. Oh, very quickly, while you're busy plating, where can people see your amazing creations? So, besides at Jordan Restaurant?
Besides at Jordan Restaurant, please do pull up. The view is amazing. But I am on Instagram. So it's Moteba_Makgetha on Instagram.
Something should be popping up maybe around about here. There we go. We check it out. Check it out on Instagram. And you do post?
Yes, I do. I've thoroughly been posting lately. It's definitely a job and a half. I really do put my head off to like social media experts because it's a lot of work.
It is, but it's important.
It's not a joke, and it's really important for you, for like everything, exposure, all of that.
Oh, it is. Okay, so we don't know when you're going to France yet, but you're going.
Yes.
And like I said to you this on the night that you won that award.
That I still don't believe.
It's true. I said us South Africans have an amazing history of the things that we do in France. Yeah, we come back with gold. You're already in your green and gold. Honestly, I am so excited to see your journey with the next... I can't wait to see where you are in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. It is so inspirational. I truly believe the future of South African food is not only in safe hands. I feel we're about to blow up so hard and be like right on the top. When it comes to culinary, global flavors, cuisine, we're about to launch so hard. And it's thanks to people like you. So can't wait to have you back, same time next year, telling me all the amazing things you've done in 1 year's time. Chef Mo, Chef Mo, you've inspired me so much. Thank you so much. Can we give one more round of applause for Chef Mo? Tasting, right? Okay, cool. Let's taste. Let's do this. I think it's in your drawer, top drawer. Okay.
Got that lovely gold.
There we go. You too. Okay, so
first.
What should we be looking for? Flavor-wise?
Flavor-wise, you're going to get such an earthy texture from the matcha as well, and it's like not overly sweet.
All right, I got you. South Africa, you've been amazing. Chef Mo's been amazing. All our chefs have been amazing. Tune in next week, same time, for more Culinary Hotline Bling!